and I am really excited for this video. Wow. Today I'm finally starting my advice series and I don't have a name for it yet. I was thinking it should be like Glam Vice or Girl Talk and Slay or something like that. Something along those lines, because this advice series is very different than anything that I've seen on YouTube. And I used to do advice videos a while back, but if you haven't seen my Truth About High School video, I really advise that you check that out because it really explains a lot and it explains why I kind of took away from the advice series, and I'm starting it back again fresh, nothing on my mind, nothing holding me back, and I'm honestly just so excited. Today's topic is all about confidence and loving yourself. So not only am I going to be giving advice, I'm going to be talking just about the topic. And basically in these videos I will be getting ready while talking about the topic. So it still relates to makeup, but it's still giving advice. It's not a tutorial whatsoever. I'm not talking about makeup whatsoever. It's strictly just talking about the topic. But I thought this would be so much fun, and if you have any series idea names, definitely leave a comment down below for me. I really want a unique name, but I also want it to be discoverable, if that makes any sense. I want people to be able to find it on YouTube when they search for advice. Along with commenting that, also be sure to comment your thoughts on the video. I'm kind of nervous and I hope you guys really like it, and also give it a thumbs up so that I know to continue the series and that you're liking it. And also, if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. My name is Adyel Juergensen. I post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's such a fun time around here. Makeup, fashion, advice, all of it. I would love it if you stuck around. So this is the first video of this series. I'm super excited about it. I did a poll on Twitter and this is what you guys wanted the most. And also I'm planning later on, I'm not sure the layout of this series yet. Maybe I'll do like 2 advice videos, and then the third advice video will be like advice segment where I do my makeup, but then I'm reading advice that you guys will submit to me, and I'm just gonna do that back and forth. So I'm gonna do different topics, and then I'm also gonna go to you guys where you guys can write me messages and I could read them and give you advice and what would I do and things like that. But yeah, I think I explained this series enough, and I've made you guys wait for long enough because I've been teasing you guys with this series for so long. So I'm gonna shut my mouth and we are just going to get right on started with the video. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so before I dive into the advice, since this is the first video of this little series, I just want to explain real quick that I'm not going to be explaining what I'm doing makeup wise. Whenever I do these videos, I plan to do them just on normal days when I'm just getting ready to film or getting ready to go out and I'm doing my everyday makeup routine. So I'll have my everyday makeup routine linked on the screen if you want to know in depth what I do and the products that I use and all that stuff, but the products will also be down below if you're interested. So in these videos I'm going to be doing basic looks. Maybe in the future I'll decide to do crazy looks while doing these videos, but I feel like it's a bit distracting and I'd rather have my other looks instead of my everyday looks and my other chit chat get ready with me's for other things and other videos. But now that we have that out of the way, I am going to just get started. So, confidence and loving yourself. I'm actually really glad that this is the first topic for this series because it's something that I feel very strongly about, and I feel like I have a lot of advice to give. And also, just a note, I'm going completely off the bat with this. For this first time, I literally have nothing written down and I'm gonna see how it works out. Maybe for the rest of the series I'll just do them off the top of my head like this, but for now it's all trial and error. So going along with confidence and loving yourself, I feel like a big part of it is also like girl love, and I'm not sure if I want to do a separate advice video on this just because there's not really much to give advice on girl love. I just have a lot of opinions on it, so I'll probably touch on that throughout this video. I always get so many questions on confidence, how I remain confident and exude that confidence, and honestly I strongly feel like your confidence comes from self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, how you love yourself, your self-worth. And honestly, I'm lucky to say that my mom really raised me right, and my dad too, of course, but I say my mom because, you know, she's a woman, and growing up she gave me a lot of advice, talked to me a lot about confidence and loving yourself and how girls are. She really gave me that guidance, and I know not everybody has someone in their life that gives them the right amount of guidance. And I now kind of want to sit here and tell you guys the advice that I have and the advice that I've received from my mom. I'm trying to think of where to start out, and I apologize because maybe I should have made an outline at least. But confidence isn't something that you're born with. It's not something that just happens overnight. It's honestly hard. And growing up, even when you're a young kid, you could have low self-esteem or high self-esteem. I think when you're a kid, it's different because it's kind of all about how you're raised and you don't really know much. You're very innocent. And honestly, as a child, you're not thinking about your looks. You're not thinking about all of that stuff. But once you start to get older into your preteen age, and I feel like even as young as like 5th grade and when you're about to start going into middle school, that's when things kind of change. And every single person out there, whether you're a girl, whether you're a guy, we all start to deal with insecurities and finding ourselves. At such young ages, it's really hard to do that. I'm actually gonna do my brows off camera. This is the one thing that I cannot do while talking. So I apologize for that, but I will be right back. And while I'm doing my brows, I'm gonna think about how I want to lay things out. So as much as I do believe that upbringing is a huge key part in your original self-esteem level and your confidence, once we hit middle school and we get to that age where social media and various factors come in, it's a natural thing to doubt yourself and start to have insecurities, especially when you're starting your teen years and even all throughout your teen years. I think we could all agree being a teenager is so hard. You have so many different responsibilities. You're too old to do certain things and then you're too young to do other things, and it's just not an easy time. I want to first start off by saying everybody has their insecurities. Even if you have so much confidence and even if you have so much self-love, literally everybody has their insecurities, and everybody's gonna have their days where they feel more insecure than others. The days where you wake up and for some reason you just don't feel yourself, you don't feel confident. Every single person in the world has those days, and every single person has at least one thing that bothers them about themselves. When it comes to myself, I think I'm a pretty confident person, to be completely honest, and I'm gonna say right off the bat, I am not perfect and I definitely have my insecurities. And if you watched my Truth About High School video, you would already know that high school was a pretty rough time for me, and that had a huge impact on my confidence. I would be so confident when I was filming, when I was alone, and when I was doing what I love and doing my own thing. But then the second I would walk into school, I would be insecure and I would doubt myself because I had so many people saying so many things about me. And it was not easy. I will have to admit, pretty much all of high school, from freshman year to senior year, I was building up my confidence again. But the one thing that it fell back to was that I always made sure that I had high self-esteem. No matter what people were saying about me, no matter how low I was feeling, no matter what insecurities that I would have, I always stuck to my morals and I had self-love and didn't let those insecurities bring me down. So in my opinion, confidence and self-love really go hand in hand, but I also think that they are separate in their own ways. For example, you could be at a point in your life where you are very insecure, but you could always still have that self-love. And I feel like that self-love is so important because it keeps you grounded and it keeps you on your feet, and honestly, it just reminds you the bad bitch that you are. No matter how low you're feeling, if you have that self-love and if you have that sense of self-worth, if you're able to fully say that you love yourself, and yeah, I know that sounds really conceited to say, but you know what? Everybody should love themselves. If you don't love yourself, how do you expect others to love you? In 9th grade, for example, when I started receiving a lot of hate, and a lot of it was actually a lot of people calling me conceited just for simply doing what I love and having confidence in that. And honestly, this also goes into like my girl on girl love and girl on girl hate. I hate to say this, but people hate to see you confident. People hate to see you loving yourself, and if you're confident, you will be brought down. You will always have those haters. You will always have those people in your life who do not want to see you win, who do not want to see you happy. And even take it from me, that affected me so much. But at the end of the day, I still had that self-love. So even if people were cracking at my confidence and I was starting to feel bad about myself, or certain things that people were saying were holding me back, or going to school was holding me back and making me feel down all the time, at the end of the day, I was always able to say, you know what, Adyel? Who cares what these people are saying? Do you know who you are? Yes, you do. Are you happy with what you're doing? Yes, you are. Do you love yourself? Yes, you do. So who cares what anyone else has to say? People will use your insecurities to their advantage, and it sucks. Sometimes you'll be insecure about something and you'll make it public, and people will purposely then take that insecurity and then hate on you for it. Being a YouTuber, this is the perfect example. And I'm gonna make it completely unrelated about me, but let's say I make a comment about the lighting, because that is something that I really get agitated with, especially right now. I do not like this lighting. But for example, little trolls out there will purposely then say, ooh, her lighting, she's upset about her lighting, and then write something nasty about your lighting to make you feel even worse. That's how our society is, and our society is also filled with everyone trying to portray that their life is perfect. At the end of the day, if you don't love yourself and if you don't feel any ounce of self-worth or self-esteem, that's when your insecurities will get the best of you, and that is when you will live a life of feeling those insecurities and never getting over them. And unfortunately, when you have that bitterness inside, when you have that hatred for yourself, if you honestly don't love yourself, that's when you'll start to put it out on other people. There are grown women that still hate and that even sometimes inflict their self-hatred on their kids. Who wants to live a life of constantly not feeling good about yourself? And I want to put this out there right now. Everybody is beautiful in their own way. You are beautiful. Everyone watching this, you are beautiful. And I hate that society makes it so much about looks nowadays. There comes to a point where how long are you gonna dwell on what other people look like and what you don't have and what you don't look like and what you wish you looked like? Because at the end of the day, you are who you are. You look like what you look like. You are born the way that you are, and unless you go and get plastic surgery, and if that will make you feel better about yourself, by all means go ahead and do it. But at the end of the day, everybody should be able to take their insecurities and make them beautiful, make you love them. If you don't start to love your insecurities, they will always be there and they will always haunt you. In any situation in life, you will always end up feeling inadequate, and that's why it's so important to focus on yourself and learn to love yourself, find your passions, find your hobbies, find your morals, and whatever past you have. If it was a perfect past, if it was a bad past, if you had a bad upbringing, if you just have so many factors in your life that make you so insecure and are the reason for your insecurities and your self-esteem issues, we all have the power to change. Like I said in my high school video, you really can't control the beginning of your life. Where you're put into school, what state you live in, your parents, your family. There are so many things that you really can't change about your life. But at the end of the day, you either take those things that molded you to the person that you are and you are becoming, and you use it to better you, or you use it to hinder you. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't use that to better you, and you don't think, and if you don't take every bad thing someone said about you, or if you just have an attitude like, wow, like I don't like myself, I hate my life, I hate everything, and you're just negative, nothing will ever change, and you will constantly be in a cycle of insecurity and self-hate, and maybe you'll even start hating others. Nobody wants to feel insecure and down. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to be confident, but that takes work. Back to social media, because I honestly feel like, unfortunately, social media is a huge impact on so many people's insecurities. Comparing yourself literally will destroy you. You could be a confident person, but the second you start comparing yourself to other people, it will destroy all your confidence and all your self-esteem. And it's so hard to keep up with society and what the perfect body is, or the perfect face, or what's perfect. But who is to say what's perfect, you know? I honestly think it's even worse now for boys and girls growing up because of the Instagram era. Everybody is supposed to have that awkward phase. Nobody is perfect. I feel like there's so much pressure. As much as I love makeup, I feel like nowadays everyone feels like they need to wear makeup. I started wearing makeup every day in 10th grade, and that's only because I love makeup. And now I feel like for young girls, there's a message like, oh, if you don't wear makeup, if you don't highlight, if you don't contour, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, you're not a baddie. You could take a scroll down my Instagram or down my YouTube, and I leave all these videos and pictures up for a reason. I feel like I have a platform, and I have so many of you telling me, how are you so confident? I wish I could be like you. I wish I could look like you. And I'm not saying that in a conceited way. I'm just saying the messages I get from some people. And I get a lot of these messages from young girls, but I don't think a lot of people realize, like, everyone grows up at their own pace, and I feel like everyone's so caught up on what she looks like, what this person looks like, what everyone else is doing, and no one's actually preaching self-love and girl-on-girl love and loving yourself and knowing it's okay to have an awkward phase. It's okay to not want to wear makeup. It's okay to not have a slim, thick body. And I feel like this is so important, and I'm spending so much time talking about it just because I'm tired of hearing so many girls so caught up on insecurities created by social media, by so many people suddenly wanting a specific body type just because it's praised all over social media, and feeling inadequate if you don't have that body type or if you don't look like this person or that person. And it's honestly ridiculous, because at the end of the day, you are you. You are how you were made. You need to love yourself and stop comparing yourself to other people, because as much as you could have other people in your life giving you advice or helping you up and picking you up when you're down and telling you how perfect you are and telling you to be confident, at the end of the day, the only person that's going to make that effort and that change to be confident is you. You could get reassurance on your insecurities all the time. You could hate something about yourself and go to your best friend, and your best friend says that they love it about you and that you're silly and stupid and you shouldn't be focusing on that stuff and blah blah blah, and it can make you feel better temporarily. But at the end of the day, if you don't make the decision yourself to say, wow, I really am beautiful, and I really shouldn't be focusing on the scars I have, or the way my nose is shaped, or the size of my lips, or the size of my eyes, or the way my eyebrows are, or the way my body looks in comparison to this person, if you're not the one that's gonna say to yourself that you're perfect, then at the end of the day, it just doesn't matter. Achieving self-love and self-confidence takes time. It takes patience. And like I said in the beginning of this video, some days you'll have more confidence than others. Some days you'll be like, girl, you're poppin'. Yes, look at you, work it. And honestly, you have to gas yourself up. I don't care if anyone's like, that's so conceited, okay? Anyone who says that can get out. It's 2017 now. It's the era of empowering yourself and other people. If you look and feel poppin', who is it for anyone else to say, ooh, look at her, she's so conceited, she's so cocky, blah blah blah? Because I guarantee you, the people that are saying that, judging you for being confident, wish they were confident. You can no longer think about what other people are gonna say, what other people think about your insecurities. And I guarantee you, the insecurities you have and the insecurities you dwell on and think about 24/7, you're only hurting yourself, because I can guarantee you so many people that look at you every day don't even notice the things that you're insecure on. Because when you're insecure about something, let's say you're insecure about your nose and you're constantly thinking about your nose, and when you're talking to other people you're thinking, oh my god, my nose is so big, they must be thinking about how big my nose is. The problem could be like this, but when you're doing that, you're making the problem like this. And at the end of the day, that person could be not even thinking about your nose or looking at your insecurity, or they might think that your nose is absolutely perfect and they wish they had your nose. But like I said, at the end of the day, no matter what someone else thinks, or no matter what your mom says or your dad says or your boyfriend says or your best friend says, it's all on you, and it's up to you to say, you know what, I love myself, and you know what, I hate my nose, I hate this and this, I wish I had this body, but you know what, I don't. But why am I going to ruin every day of my life and feel this insecurity and carry this insecurity around wherever I go, with whoever I'm talking to? Because the only thing that it's going to hold back is yourself. You have to do whatever makes you feel confident. If you love to wear makeup, if you love to wear certain clothes, do it. who cares what people say? And there's nothing that bothers me most in this world. And I actually have a little story to go along with this. In 9th grade, I was friends with these girls. I did a video on DIY ripped leggings and how to make ripped leggings. I would wear them to school a lot because I really liked them back then. And my 2 friends at the time were obsessed with the leggings as well, and they were like, Adyel, I wish I could rock them like you. I love them so much. I was like, you know what? Why don't you make them? I made them, like, we could all wear them tomorrow. Like, let's do it. We were all on like Uvu or something, and we were making the leggings, and we were all so excited to wear them. And we get to school and I'm wearing the leggings, and both of them went to change because they felt like people were staring, or they felt like people were judging, or I don't really know. I'm not gonna go into it. I felt that way too before, honestly. When I first went to school with my ripped leggings and I was the only one wearing them, did I feel a little uncomfortable? Yeah. Did I wonder, oh, what is this person saying? What is this person thinking? Yeah, of course. But why am I gonna let them win? Why am I gonna let them affect my happiness? In the morning when I put on this outfit, when I did this makeup, when I did this hair, I loved it. I felt so good about myself. And why am I gonna let anyone's looks or what they're saying affect that? It happens to every single one of us. But at the end of the day, it's all about how you handle it. And insecurities are something you're gonna have your whole entire life. As years go on, you might have new insecurities that pop up. We all change, we all grow, and there's always gonna be something about ourselves that we don't like. But it's either we sit and we dwell about them and we hate ourselves, and we start to get this self-hatred where every day we're negative and we hate ourselves and we're not confident, or we take that insecurity, we work on it. It could take months to get over certain insecurities, but every day if you put in that effort, if you think in a different aspect and you start to think, you know what, who cares? Or if you say, you know what, this is what makes me me, it's what makes me unique, it's beautiful because it makes me and I'm beautiful, and you will have such a happy and carefree life when you stop thinking about what other people think. You stop dwelling on little insecurities, because there's so much more to life than just being insecure and feeling bad about yourself. We're all gonna have those days. You could get to a point where you're so confident, and then just 1 week, 1 day, 1 month, you'll just feel so down about yourself, and you'll say, okay, what's going on? I was so confident, I don't know what's going on. But all it takes is for you to not let it ruin your day, not let it affect you. Say, you know what, I don't think I look that great today, but I'm gonna put on a poppin' outfit anyways. I'm gonna have a smile on my face, and I'm gonna fake it till I make it. Honestly, that's a big key too. Just literally, sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. You could literally hate the way you look and feel so ugly and just not like yourself at all. But if you look in the mirror every day and you say, girl, you are beautiful, you are poppin', you look great, I love you, I will always love you. Eventually, you will speak it into existence. Eventually, you will feel that. You will eventually see how much better it is, and it takes so much time, and it takes energy, and it takes patience, and we're all gonna get into those ruts. We're all gonna get into those times where we start comparing ourselves, or we see this one person that we think is perfect, and then automatically we start thinking of ourselves as inferior. And that's not the case. There's a quote which I'm sure you've all heard of: one person's beauty does not minimize your own. Just because you see someone else that's perfect, or that you think is beautiful, or you think is pretty, it doesn't mean that you're ugly or that they're better than you. Everyone is beautiful in their own unique way. And honestly, when I get nasty comments, when I hear people talking so bad about me, all I can think is like, wow, I honestly feel bad for the person, because what kind of life is it to not love yourself so much that you're gonna spend time hating on people that do love themselves, that you wish you were, you know? I'm gonna finish up my eyes real quick, and then I'm gonna finish up this little rant. Okay, babe, sorry if anything changed, because I actually took a little bit longer because my vlog camera came in the mail, and I played with it for a little bit, but then I was like, okay, I need to get back to filming. But anyways, okay, not sure exactly what I was saying last off. I have a general idea. But basically, with confidence and self-love, you honestly feel like you could take on the world. It makes every day a little easier. With all our struggles in life, with worrying about grades, with worrying about all these different things, the last thing we want to worry about is ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. Being confident and having that self-love will really help you lift you on your feet. And having confidence in yourself not only is about looks, it's about loving yourself in the inside too, and loving the person you're becoming, and having confidence in your abilities and your skills and the person you are. And you really, like I said, gotta speak that into existence. Know your worth. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone bring you down, whether it's someone you know or someone you don't know, especially if it's someone you don't know. But there's so much more to life than wasting your teenage years and even your whole life really in being insecure and not loving yourself and not having that sense of self-worth, because soon life will go by, or you'll get to a point in your life where you are confident and you do have that self-love, and you'll say, wow, I wasted so much time doing this when I could have had this confidence all along, and it feels amazing. But we're gonna finish off with a lippy. But okay, so now that my makeup is done, wrapping up my final thoughts, I want all of you to think of your insecurities and think of your past and just think about everything in your life, and I want you to envision an amazing future for yourself. Know that with self-esteem and with confidence, you can achieve whatever you want in life. You can be whoever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. And I want you to sit there and imagine a life where you're insecure and you have low self-esteem, and that life, you'll always feel inadequate and you'll never strive to be the best version of yourself, and you'll always constantly struggle. I hope all of you watching realize that you don't want that life, and you don't want to feel bad about yourself all the time, and that you're inspired to wake up every morning and try. Whether you're confident already and you just needed this as a reminder and a boost, or you just love my videos and wanted to watch, or if you are really struggling, I really hope this helped you in some way. I really cannot wait to do these videos. I'm actually kind of nervous about how this one turned out, just because I'm not really sure of everything that I covered, and I think next time I'm definitely going to list out a layout. But please know that you're so beautiful and perfect in your own way, and I love each and every single one of you so much. You are as much as you think you are. Self-esteem, self-love, and confidence can all be built, and they can all be worked on. If you don't have those things, little by little, baby steps, really speaking it into existence, and find stuff that makes you feel good about yourself. Whether it's makeup, whether it's fashion, do things that make you feel good, because when you feel good, you'll exude that confidence and you'll radiate, and it'll make it so much easier for you to kind of pretend, and eventually you won't have to pretend anymore. It'll get to a point where you're confident in your own skin and you're confident in your abilities, and you don't need anyone to tell you that. And even if you have your bad days, you can pick yourself right back up. But yeah, if I have anything more to touch on, it'll all be in the description. But I really truly hope you guys enjoyed this video and you're excited for the rest of the series. And again, if you have any idea on what I should name this series, I really want to name it something creative and unique, but also in a way that people could still find them, then let me know down below. Also, give it a big thumbs up if you want to see more videos in this series, and also comment down below what the next topic should be. I was thinking of doing a topic on haters and jealousy or bullying next. Those were like my top 3 with this one, so we will see. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching again. I really hope this helped again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone!